Welcome to 1 AD. There was no year zero, because the Romans hadn't invented the concept of nothing, yet. It's episode 1 of the Common Era, and honestly, the writers were already doing too much. We've got an emperor with air management issues, a Chinese official with main character energy, and a German guy who's about to give Rome the worst Yelp review in history. Meet Augustus Caesar. He spent 40 years making Rome great, but his family tree is basically a graveyard. By 4 AD, all his favorite heirs are dead. He's forced to adopt Tiberius, his grumpy stepson who would literally rather be anywhere else. Then comes 9 AD. A Roman general named Varus marches 3 whole legions into a German forest because a local guy named Arminius promised him a shortcut. Pro tip: never take directions from the guy you just conquered. It was a massacre. Augustus was so traumatized he stopped cutting his hair and spent his days screaming at the walls. Typical professional behavior from the most powerful man on earth. While the generals were failing, the nerds were thriving. In Alexandria, a guy named Hero invented a steam engine. He used it as a party trick rather than starting the Industrial Revolution. Meanwhile, Dr. Celsus was busy identifying and naming pain types. If your toe is red and swollen, Celsus has a Latin word for that. Literature was also spicy. Ovid published Metamorphoses, but then he wrote a dating guide that Augustus found so revolting, he exiled Ovid to the Black Sea. Apparently, the emperor was a strictly family values guy, even if his own family tree was a disaster. In China, Wang Mang is tired of being the assistant to the regional emperor. In 9 AD, he decides the Han dynasty is so last century and starts his own, the Xin dynasty. He tries to ban the slave trade and redistribute land, which sounds great on paper, but turns out, the rich people of 9 AD were not fans of sharing. Who could have guessed? While the world is on fire, the rich are shopping. Roman senators are losing their minds because men are wearing see-through Chinese silk. They even tried to ban it because they were literally running out of gold to pay for it. But what about the 99%? If you were a Roman, you lived in a 5-story wooden apartment that was basically a tinderbox. If you were Chinese, you were a peasant farmer praying for rain and hoping you made enough to pay your taxes. In the Americas, the Hopewell people were building massive earthworks in Ohio. No emperors, no taxes, just vibes and heavy geometry. So, the first decade ends with a forest full of angry Germans, a bankrupt Roman fashion industry, and a new boss in China. But don't get comfortable, because the next decade features a very moody Tiberius and the start of a religious movement that's going to make everything else look like a minor inconvenience. Click next for 11 to 20 AD, the shadow of the heir. Or don't. Tiberius wouldn't care anyway.